Part 18.13 Surah Al-Kahf, the Cave. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to Sufi Essence with Hammad Syed. We continue our profound journey through the majestic Surah Al-Kahf, a chapter that masterfully intertwines profound narratives with universal truths. We have just witnessed the auspicious meeting of Prophet Moses and the wise, mysterious figure known as Al-Khidr. The verses we will explore today detail the beginning of their spiritual journey and the first of three major tests that will challenge Moses' understanding of justice, patience, and divine wisdom. This part of the surah is a beautiful and powerful lesson on the limits of human knowledge, the necessity of humility, and the profound reality that true wisdom is often hidden from the apparent reality. It is a moment for deep reflection, urging us to understand that Allah's wisdom extends far beyond our limited perception, and that a truly humble seeker is one who trusts in a plan they do not yet comprehend. Hadith, the Prophet, peace be upon him, taught, as narrated by Anas ibn Malik, whoever goes out in search of knowledge is in the path of Allah until he returns. This is a simplified version of a hadith from Sunan at-Tirmidhi, Hadith 2646. This hadith perfectly encapsulates the immense value of the journey Moses undertakes, as it is a journey in the path of Allah, one that is rooted in humility and a profound desire to draw closer to the source of all knowledge. Allah, Ar-Rahman, and Ar-Rahim. Kanzel, Iman, Quran, Al-Kahf, the Cave, 18-66-70. Moses said to him, "May I follow you on the condition that you teach me from what you have been taught of sound judgment?" He said, "Indeed, you will not be able to have patience with me." "And how can you have patience with that which you have not encompassed in knowledge?" Allah said, "If Allah wills, you will find me patient, and I will not disobey you in any matter," he said. "Then if you follow me, do not ask me about anything until I myself speak to you about it." So they went on until they boarded a ship, and he made a hole in it. Moses said, "Have you made a hole in it to drown its people?" "You have certainly done a grave thing," he said. "Did I not say that you would not be able to have patience with me?" Moses said, "Do not blame me for what I forgot, and do not be hard on me concerning my affair." The narrative begins with Prophet Moses' humble and sincere request to his newfound companion, Al-Khidr. Moses said to him, "May I follow you on the condition that you teach me from what you have been taught of sound judgment?" This is a profound moment. Here we have Moses, one of the greatest prophets of Allah, a man who spoke directly with the divine. And yet he approaches Al-Khidr with immense humility, asking for permission to be his student. His request is not for wealth or power, but for sound judgment rushed. This word signifies a deeper, more profound kind of wisdom that is rooted in divine insight. It is a knowledge of the inner realities of things, a knowledge that transcends the outer appearance. Moses knows that his prophetic knowledge of the law is not enough. He desires to understand the wisdom behind the divine decrees and events of life. This is a beautiful lesson for all seekers of knowledge. True knowledge begins with humility and an acknowledgement of one's own ignorance. Al-Khidr's response to Moses' request is direct and challenging. He said, "Indeed, you will not be able to have patience with me. And how can you have patience with that which you have not encompassed in knowledge?" Al-Khidr, who possesses a unique and esoteric knowledge from Allah, immediately points out the fundamental challenge of their journey. He knows that his actions will seem strange and unjust from an external, conventional perspective. He foresees that Moses, accustomed to the clear principles of the divine law, will not be able to remain patient with actions that appear to violate those very principles. The phrase "you have not encompassed in knowledge" is the key to the entire story. It is a direct statement about the nature of the knowledge Al-Khidr possesses. It is a knowledge of the unseen, a knowledge that a person without this divine insight cannot possibly understand. This is a powerful spiritual lesson. Our impatience and our quick judgments are often a result of our limited knowledge. We judge based on what we see, but Allah's plan is based on what is unseen. Despite the warning, Moses' resolve and trust in Allah are unwavering. Moses said, "If Allah wills, you will find me patient, and I will not disobey you in any matter." Moses makes a promise based on his faith in Allah. He acknowledges that his patience will not come from his own strength, but from the will of Allah. The phrase, "if Allah wills, inshallah," is a beautiful expression of his complete reliance on the divine. He understands that his own will is subservient to the will of his Lord. He also makes a solemn promise not to disobey his guide, setting the terms for their journey. Al-Khidr accepts Moses' promise, but with a strict condition, he said. Then, if you follow me, do not ask me about anything until I myself speak to you about it. This condition is the central theme of their journey. It is a test of absolute trust and complete surrender. Moses must suspend his own judgment and his own understanding of right and wrong and simply trust that Al-Khidr's actions are based on a wisdom that he cannot yet comprehend. This is the essence of the Sufi path, a state of complete surrender to one's spiritual guide, a surrender that is based on trust in the guide's divine insight. It is a path that requires a person to silence their own intellectual and emotional reactions and to trust in a higher wisdom. The spiritual journey begins immediately, and the first test is not long in coming. So they went on until they boarded a ship, and he made a hole in it. The scene is set on a calm sea, and the two companions are given passage on a ship. This is an act of kindness from the ship's owners. Yet in what seems like an act of immense ingratitude and injustice, Al-Khidr makes a hole in the ship. This action is not a simple mistake. It is a deliberate and shocking act that violates the fundamental principles of justice and gratitude. From an outward perspective, Al-Khidr's action is a grave crime, an act of treachery against those who were kind to them. This is the first test, an action that seems to be completely contrary to what is right. Moses, who is a prophet of the divine law, a man of profound justice and a leader of his people, cannot remain silent. Moses said, "Have you made a hole in it to drown its people? You have certainly done a grave thing." His reaction is a perfectly natural and righteous one. He is reacting to the apparent injustice. He sees the potential for a great tragedy, the sinking of the ship and the drowning of its people. His protest is rooted in his profound sense of justice and his prophetic duty to protect the innocent. He has witnessed what appears to be an act of profound evil, and his conscience will not allow him to remain silent. His words are not an accusation of personal malice, but a statement of the grave nature of the act itself. This is a powerful reminder that we, as humans, are programmed to judge what we see, and often what we see is only a fraction of the full picture. Al-Khidr's response is short and sharp. He said, "Did I not say that you would not be able to have patience with me?" This is not a personal rebuke, but a simple reminder of the condition of their journey. Al-Khidr knows that Moses' reaction is a natural one, but he is pointing out that his lack of patience is a direct result of his limited knowledge. He is reminding Moses that his journey requires him to suspend his own judgment and to trust in a wisdom that he does not possess. This is a powerful lesson in spiritual discipline. The path to higher knowledge is not a path of intellectual understanding alone. It is a path of the heart, a path that requires immense trust and spiritual discipline. Moses immediately remembers his promise, and his humility returns. Moses said, "Do not blame me for what I forgot, and do not be hard on me concerning my affair." Moses attributes his failure to his forgetfulness, human trait, and asks for leniency. He acknowledges his mistake and his commitment to the journey. This is a beautiful expression of a truly humble and seeking soul. He does not try to justify his actions or argue with his teacher. He simply admits his fault and renews his commitment to the path. This is a profound lesson in the art of being a student. To be humble enough to admit one's mistakes and to be resilient enough to continue the journey even after a setback. The Sufi, in his quest for spiritual enlightenment, knows that the path is full of trials, and the only way to succeed is through humility, patience, and unwavering faith in Allah, Ar-Rahman, and Ar-Rahim. This part of the surah beautifully sets the stage for the next two tests that Moses will face. It establishes the central tension of the story, the conflict between apparent injustice and hidden mercy, between outer knowledge and inner wisdom. The trials of Moses are a testament to the fact that even the most righteous of people are in need of more knowledge, and that the path to a deeper understanding of Allah's plan is one of humility, patience, and complete trust. It is a story that has resonated with seekers for centuries, a timeless reminder that what we see with our eyes is not always the full story, and that the only true security and peace come from surrendering to the all-encompassing wisdom of the divine. It is a call to a deeper, more profound form of faith, one that is rooted in trust and surrender to the all-encompassing wisdom of Allah. Let us now supplicate, drawing from the profound lessons of these verses, asking Allah to grant us a deeper understanding and to guide our every step. Let us now supplicate, drawing from the profound lessons of these verses, asking Allah to grant us a deeper understanding and to guide our every step. O Allah, O Ar-Rahman, O Ar-Rahim, you are the source of all knowledge, and your wisdom is beyond our comprehension. We seek refuge in you from the arrogance of ignorance and the blindness of our own perceptions. Grant us the humility to seek knowledge from its true source and the patience to understand that we may not comprehend your plan. Open our hearts to your signs, no matter how small or hidden they may be, and grant us the integrity to admit our shortcomings. Make us of those who retrace their steps when they have lost their way, and lead us to a deeper understanding of the inner realities of all things. Grant us a heart that is completely reliant on you, and a soul that is forever content with your decree. May Allah illuminate your heart and mind with the light of this divine ilm. May He make your channel a beacon of guidance for all who seek spiritual clarity and truth. May your efforts be a source of immense reward, and may you be granted the highest stations of paradise. May the peace and blessings of Allah always be upon you and your loved ones. He grant you unwavering steadfastness on the path of truth, and may your work be a testament to His magnificent names, Ar-Rahman and Ar-Rahim.